Will you please welcome Bournemouth and Chelsea?
Hello everybody and welcome back to INSANEBRIT Gaming. I am the INSANEBRIT and today's game is the Premier League fixture of Chelsea versus Bournemouth. Man, we're currently third in the league at this point. Not too sure where Bournemouth were, I didn't catch that at this point in time. But in the previous game we took on Newcastle in the FA Cup and won it quite comfortably. My simulation got it quite right, actually, ironically. I think the simulation went on to 3-0, maybe, I think it was something like that. And we beat them 3 or 4-0 as well, I think, in real life, whatever. Anyway, I can't remember right now off the top of my head. But, yeah, so we're back in the Premier League fixture. And I'm looking forward to getting past this particular month because we have some breaks coming up for Chelsea, having a bit of a rest. We've got some few injuries, of course. Caballero still in goal. I've left Courtois out of the matchup itself. Azpilicueta, I assume, is going to return for this matchup with Bakayoko in the midfield and Pedro and Hazard to start, along with Batshuayi up top. I'm not too sure if Moretta's going to be fit from his back injury, so I've put him. He ain't even on the bench at this point. He may be back, he may not be, but it's a back. You know what I mean? A back injury, very difficult to heal, not fast. You know what I mean? For Bournemouth, Begovic starts in goal, former Chelsea player, of course. Cook, Ake, a former Chelsea player, playing centre-back, was a left-back. Cook, Sermon's a pretty good player. Stanless and King. And Wilson starts up top. Ebe. They call him Jordan. I think his name's Jordan Ebe, whatever. I call him Jordan, just for the sake of commentary. But Sermon, I remember, or Stanless, I think it was Stanless, scored a late winner against us in one of our simulations. I remember he was a key player. Sermon and Stanless, or whatever his name is, you know. A cracking shot at the end, I believe, if my memory serves me right. So yeah, so after the January, it's going to be a few breaks. So we get a couple of much needed days off in terms of the squad between games. There's not going to be so many games. 5 or 6 days off on average for a bit anyway, which I think Chelsea need to along that rotation. And I think we could finish the season quite strong. So anyway, Chelsea kick it off. Chelsea starting very brightly. Pass and move. Taking no prisoners. Rodrigo loses out. Wilson now in Chelsea's box. How it switched straight away. Wilson loses out. Is that a thrown to Chelsea? Yes, it is. So yeah, it should be an interesting month. I think Chelsea have finished the season quite strong. Hope to finish in the top 4 and get a cup. Batshuayi scoring 2 goals, I think's great and all. But when he's off, he really is off. He loses. Stanless now plays in a good through ball. He's onside. Wilson! Oh, great shot, Caballero. It's up in air. Another great save. My God. Zappacosta. Chelsea being caught on the back foot by surprise there, falling asleep. Kante shrugging him off. I believe that was Kante. Oh, given away. Cook on the ball now. Young player, highly rate him. Sermon loses out to Azpilicueta. Pedro. This is a very lively game in the opening 5-10 minutes. Bournemouth having the better opportunity there. Could have went ahead. Hazard now plays the through ball to Pedro. Loses out to Ake. As I was saying, the rumour is Batshuayi might leave on loan. I thought he is going to go out on loan, especially in the summer or this January, if we get someone in. Sermon now. King waits for support. Tons of space. Cook now can take a strike from distance. Oh! Tons of time and space in the 6-yard box around that area. Not very good. Chelsea got to close them down. Free-flowing football right now between both teams. Back and forth. Zappacosta now. Oh. Was that Daniels with the challenge? It was a good tackle. So if Chelsea try and bring someone in, Zeko, or whatever his name is, the former Man City player, highly rate him, scored a great goal against us in the Champions League for Roma. A good signing, if we do get him. Wilson now. Wow, man. Inches away from running at the goalkeeper there. Batshuayi. Pedro. Kante. Loses out to Stanislas this time. Burning that pace down the midfield. Look at him fighting. Zappacosta now nearly losing out. He just about kept hold of it. Batshuayi after the ball now. Clips it in over the top. Route 1. And it's just soaked up the pressure, has Bournemouth, surprisingly. Considering the team they are. You know, Bournemouth. They do play some good stuff. Wilson now. Oh, Christensen just barging him off the ball there. Not even shoulder to shoulder. Free kick to Bournemouth. What can they do with it though? See a cracking goal from Alonso in this position. Clips it in. Oh, Daniels with the header. I believe that was Daniels. And Caballero scoops up comfortably. No venom on it. Given away. That is ridiculous. Come on, Chelsea. What are you doing? Hazard. Oh, brilliant tackle from Sermon there. Gives it to King. Zappacosta comes back and helps out his defence. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But Zeko coming in will be a positive thing, there's no doubt about that. Hazard now. Plays in a great through ball. It's Pedro! 1-0! Oh, it's brilliant. Brilliantly done. A sly through ball. They couldn't touch him in the box and he's finished it comfortably. You can argue Begovic could have done better, but there you go. Look at that. Hazard, little bit of magic. 4 men on him, slips the ball through, and a good finish from Pedro. That might have been a penalty. Hadn't it been a goal? I don't know. It was a good goal though. Bournemouth find themselves 1-0 down now in the early stages of this match. But yeah, so Batshuayi scoring 2 goals is very good, but when he's off, he really is off, and you don't see him for large parts of the game. He's not that consistent. If Conte chooses to play him, that's fine, but he has to be consistent. I know he's had bits of games, and you can never have a run of form that way, where you come off the bench and score goals, like a hat-trick, and then go off for 2 weeks. It doesn't work that way. You've got to keep that momentum going, and isn't there a lot of opportunities? Oh, there's a good through ball from Batshuayi now. Pedro on the ball. Dodges his man. Right foot! Oh! Begovic had it well covered, it looked like there. Or did he get fingertips to it? Good shot. But even so, Begovic, I think, had it pretty much covered. But that level of consistency for Batshuayi hasn't really been there. Hopefully he gets a run in the team. But it's still difficult to say, hey, leave Marriner out, and the kind of player he is. Corner to Chelsea now. Punched by Begovic. But Moretta does need a rest, you know what I mean? We need someone to take that weight off him, score goals. But even if Batshuayi can bring people into the game, it's Alonso now! Great strike! Pretty much reminiscence of the strike against Newcastle. Chelsea really up in the ante right now. Well, again, it was going out, but Begovic wanted to have that covered. Had it pretty much covered. Corner to Chelsea now. Cook with the header, clears it wisely. Chelsea knock it back in. Rudiger. Batshuayi. Zappacosta now. What can he do with it? Pedro. The danger man. Oh, and it's a free kick, I believe, given to Chelsea, is it? Yes, it is. And it's in another dangerous area with the likes of Hazard and Alonso playing. You know what I mean? They can bury this. Who knows? Hazard. Ooh, knocks it way over the top. Showing a replay. Come quite close, but it was just over. Not enough up and down to it. Just up. 26 minutes gone. Chelsea have looked the bigger threat overall of this first half. Right now, anyway. With Bournemouth having 1 or 2 chances. But don't count them out. They're good for last minute goals and whatever. Aspilicueta with a great tackle there. Wins the ball back. So yeah, the transfer market will finish up this week. I think it's Wednesday with their this game. I don't know. But Chelsea have to bring in a striker at least. Or if they, someone, I don't know. Already bought Barkley in. Which should have happened at the beginning of the transfer market, in the beginning of the season, sorry, but it didn't. And there you go, we got him cheaper, but couldn't help but wonder what would happen if we did bring him in early. Having said that, our squad wasn't big enough and we still need players, especially a striker, a tall power-based player. Wilson now loses out. Christensen. Oh, it's good football from Chelsea, knocking the ball around positively. Batshuayi holding it up. Plays a 1-2. Oh, good bit of skill. Kante. Oh, maybe we should have had a strike from distance if he couldn't do anything with it. Gives the ball away. Throw on to Chelsea. Bakayoko. Kante. Pedro. Alonso now with a cross. Begovic. No pressure on the ball. Begovic just catches easily. Sermon now loses out to Zappacosta. Chelsea not letting wow, Cook in possession now. Chelsea not letting Bournemouth out of their own half at this point. Look at that, giving away once more. Chelsea coming at it again. Bags of quality on the bench and on the pitch. It's Alonso dancing around these players. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, that was beautiful football. It was done quite well. Put together well, but couldn't finish it. Goal kick to Bournemouth now. 37 minutes, call it 40 minutes gone. Nearly the end of the first half. Chelsea looked the bigger threat. Pedro. Zappacosta. They're not getting, Bournemouth are not getting close enough to the Chelsea players, not closing them down quick enough and enabling them time and space to do what they want with it. Look, same with Chelsea. Look, they've got to get a foot in there. They've got to, look, get a tackle in, put pressure on the ball. There you go. Bakayoko's trying to break up play as much as he can here and there, but Bournemouth especially have to do that as well. Batshuayi. Alonso now. Holding the ball off. Holding his man off, sorry. Keeping the ball. Nicely done. It's Pedro. Kante now, will he take a strike? Pedro! 2-0! Oh, that is quite honest to God disgusting. Great goal for Pedro. Second goal on a hat-trick now, but I felt Kante should have had a strike from distance. Chose not to. Threaded it through to Pedro, but no one was on him or the wrong side of him. No one got in front of Pedro. At this moment, in that small area, I find it difficult for him to have finished in real life there. You know what I mean? But whatever, it is what it is. The defence should have done a lot more. Or maybe the goalkeeper might should have rushed it. That's twice that's happened. He's had a similar goal now in that position where they haven't really put a foot out to get him. I mean, then again, he's in the box. Can't really risk touching him in that respect. He just found himself in, behind the defenders. Or they're on the wrong side of him, and that's not good. Sermon now. Wilson. They're trying to up their ante now. Stanislas puts in across the back post. Ake takes it down, and Alonso comes back to the rescue. Chelsea in full control, cruise control at this point.
The referee has indicated
King.
There will be a minimum.
He's got to get a bit more involved in the game in himself. I haven't seen much of him. It's mostly Wilson doing all the work. I believe King's trying to play a support role, and he hasn't done enough either. Three minutes added. Alonso. Bakayoko now. Oh, he cuts inside. Really enjoying this game right now. Watching Chelsea knock the ball around comfortably, positively. Zappacosta. Again, holding up play. Oh, tries to play an interesting pass. And Ake with the block. It went nowhere. And guys, that is the end of the first half. With both teams starting very brightly. And then Chelsea just turning the screw here at the in the first half. A very professional performance from Chelsea. Looked like they're enjoying it out there at this point. Clearly dominating. 2-0 up. But what can Bournemouth do to change this around? I'd recommend putting Defoe on, especially for King. But they have to get a bit physical with Chelsea. They've got to put their foot in there and, you know, challenge for it. And it hasn't happened. Hopefully they can change it round in the second half. Oh, it's a good through ball straight away. I believe that was from Cook. And Rudiego with a quick clearance. Not having no nonsense. Smith. That is a throw on to Chelsea. Rudiego. Batshuayi now on the ball. Trying to stretch the back four. Plays it into Eden Hazard. Another one you don't want on the ball. Pedro's in form anyway. Oh, good bit of skill. Bakayoko loses out this time to Jordan, the former Liverpool player. Wilson loses out this time to Christensen. It's Pedro now running at the back four. What's he going to do with it? Left and right. Hands it to his right. Zappacosta across goal. Oh, it's gone nowhere, but Zappacosta getting back possession and couldn't quite get it back to the player. And that's a free kick to Bournemouth. But that was a good bit of football from Chelsea. Couldn't quite get it into the centre there to finish it off. Free kick to Bournemouth. Cook now. King. Sermon. Back to King. He's running. He's chipped it in over the top. Oh, what did he even do there? Whatever he did, it was light. It had no venom. He was being challenged by Alonso. Good ball in there. Batshuayi. Alonso. Plays it into Hazard now. Runs down that left wing. Shrugs off the defender. Hazard's having a lot of fun out there. It's Bakayoko now. What can he do with it? Alonso. Bakayoko loses out to Cook. He's surrounded. And he manages amazingly to sustain and keep possession of the ball. Chelsea should have done a lot better there. Sermon. Cook. Plays it into Wilson. And Azpilicueta just dispossesses him so easily. He's not got enough support up there. And is that... Oh, there's an injury there. And Alonso is coming off. Who's done pretty goddamn well for Charlie Masonda. And Jordan Ebe, the winger I believe, is come off of Pew. Bakayoko. Masonda now, the youngster, only 17 years of age. Came on in the FA Cup game as well, I believe, last 5-10 minutes. Set up a winning goal in the previous match as well. Not winning goal, he set up a goal, I think, for Marriner in one of the previous games that he played. A real rising star. Again, 17 years of age. Brilliant to see him and Christensen getting regular starts and everything. They're bringing in more as well. Bournemouth with a free kick. 60 minutes gone. Chelsea still 2-0 up. And again, still in control of this game. Possession-wise and score-wise. Zappacosta loses out to Sermon. Cook coming forward now. Plays a pass into King. It's on the right wing. It's Pugh with a first touch. And he's given it away to Christensen, unfortunately, for him. Batshuayi. Hazard. Loses out this time. Smith on the ball. Oh, it was a good tackle. And Masonda now with the with the ball to Batshuayi. Zappacosta. Intercepted by Ake. Cook, a young player, and in FIFA, if you're a FIFA fan, like you do your seasons like I do, Cook is one to buy as a midfielder. I would recommend buying him. King. Pew trying to get... Pew has come on and given the ball away twice. I know he's quite a decent player, but the best of times. Masonda now taking down the left wing. Plays in a pass. It's Hazard. Oh, and he hits the bar. A great ball from Masonda. And Zappacosta is coming off. Wow, what? For William. Okay, well, that's not a bad substitution to make. Zappacosta hasn't done nothing wrong. Cook, again, a key player, is going off for... I don't know who that is because it bloody went fast. But Zappacosta's done quite well. But William is on form. He didn't play the previous match. I assume he might even start this match, but I put him on the bench anyway. Dan Gosling has come on for Bournemouth now. Wilson. And there's a ball over the top, route one, and Kante this time comes back in to defend, and that's a foul, I think, given. Or was it offside? And Bakayoko is coming off for Drinkwater. Wilson is coming off for Defoe. It's got to be Defoe coming on.
Substitution for Bournemouth, coming off the pitch, number 13, Cameron Wilson, to be replaced by number 18, Jermaine Defoe.
Yep, it is Wilson for Defoe. I knew Defoe was coming on. So an interesting substitution made by Chelsea. Masonda, Drinkwater coming on overall. And William. William now. Bags of energy in the last 20 minutes. You don't want William running at you in the last 20 minutes. The freshest man on the pitch, you know what I mean? Defoe maybe should have started this game, or at least replaced King. I think Wilson wasn't doing too badly, but needed more support. King did grow into the game in the last 15 minutes, but that's not enough for me. Pedro on the ball now. Holding him off. Little Pedro. One of the smallest men on the pitch. Couldn't sustain it. Loses out. Gosling. Chelsea pick up that ball and move forward now. William. Plays a through ball to Hazard. Bashwai holding it up. And it's Pedro again. They really want Pedro to get that hat trick. 2 out of 3 is not bad. There's a block there. Yes, it was. On target. Corner to Chelsea, I think that is. Yes, it is. And Begovic this time comes out to collect. Begovic beaten twice by Chelsea. Former employees. Willie Caballero has done fantastically well for a 36-year-old. Competent, confident, and in form, that goalkeeper. Does his job. Man who earns his money, you know, for someone who's a backup goalkeeper. Oh, it's a brilliant bit of play being put together there, and it didn't come off. King. Stanilas. Daniels coming forward now. Trying to support Gosling. Oh, it's brilliant. King! Oh, a great save from Caballero. Sorry. Their first decent opportunity in the second half, or like they've had few and their chances have been very, very few and far between. For a Bournemouth fan, you'll be frustrated at that. Bashwai now coming forward. Oh, brilliant piece of skill. Pedro now. Scored 2 out of 3 right now on his hat-trick. Kante. Loses out, unfortunately. Dan Gosling's been a creative player in the midfield. Maybe we should have started with him. Masonda. Oh, bypasses his man. Brilliant pace. Bashwai battered off the ball there. It's a foul given. Another free kick to Chelsea. And I think Hazard will take this one as well. Another danger position. Is he going to drop it in? Yes. Oh, he takes a strike. Oh, and it's gone over the top. Hasn't even hit the target. 10 minutes left. Masonda. Oh, brilliant to Hazard now. Not someone who won on the ball. Takes a strike, tests the goalkeeper. Begovic down to his right. Not a lot he could have done with that. Maybe he passed it off. But wanted an opportunity himself. He hadn't had a lot of shots on goal as Hazard. But he's got into some decent positions. So I don't begrudge him that. Corner to Chelsea now. 82 minutes gone. Oh, Rudiego just with not even a strike, a guiding hit. Just towards goal. Begovic saw it coming a mile out and scooped it up. No problem for him. Defoe trying to hold the ball up, loses out. Masonda, who's done quite well. Congratulations to him on his little cameo of today's game. Masonda again. Drinkwater plays a through ball into Eden Hazard now, and it's offside. He'll be annoyed at that. Annoyed as hell. Good position as well to be in. Free flowing. Pedro. Masonda. Oh, he chips it over the top like he did before. Has a oh, it's offside once more. Frustrated for Conte. We could have loads more goals here. It feels like decent opportunities. Pedro. Batshuayi. Drinkwater now. He can take a shot from distance. Plays it into Batshuayi. And loses out the sermon this time. I love how FIFA are giving man of the match to Pedro, and oh, there's a close call. Actually, in fact, thinking about my man of the match thus far, I'm going to have to give it to Pedro as well. Scored 2 goals, been a man on form, well deserved. And there's a cross in, ooh, cleared by Drinkwater, and Willian clears. Oh, it's given to Eden Hazard now, plays to Batshuayi. Plays it through to Pedro. Hat-trick hero. There it is. 3 at the best. Oh, and that is why he is my man of the match. Brilliant. Just brilliant. Oh, brilliantly done. Amazing goal. Right around the keeper. Right foot. Guided. Not hit hard. Just guided round the keeper. Solid performance for him, Pedro. Well deserved. You can argue over the Newcastle game and then even this game, Chelsea have like been refreshed and got like, wait a minute. And I think that loss out the cup, they know they're better than that, and you know, tired or not, they feel that they owe the Chelsea fans something, and the way their season's gone hasn't really gone anywhere near the way they panned out as former champions last year. You know what I mean? Hazard now on the ball. What's he going to do with it? Oh, it's brilliant. Plays it into Pedro! Trying to get his 4th goal, and a great save from Begovic. Had time and space, Pedro. He should have done a lot better with that. He tried to finish it quick. Begovic got a good left hand to it. Corner to Chelsea now. Cleared by Daniels. To be fair, Bournemouth haven't really got out of their in the second half. And that, guys, is the end of this simulation. I hope you guys enjoyed it. A stunning performance from Chelsea. Pedro picks up his man of the match award from me, and of course the match ball, because he damn sure deserved it. The littlest man on the pitch, or one of them, played the biggest part, ironically. But yeah, for me, Chelsea, maybe in the last 2 performances of the Newcastle simulation and the game, and maybe this game, Chelsea really understands a wake-up call there, because we're out of competition now. We got Barcelona in a few weeks. We're in this. We was in that cup game against Newcastle. We won that, and we really have to step up our game overall. No excuses, kind of thing. Because at the end of the day, of how you perform, you win, you lose. You know, if you're on that pitch, you go home, you go in that dressing room. There's only one person looking back at you when you look in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's a collective anyway. There is no one person to blame. It is what it is. We definitely need a striker in this week's January transfer. I hope to God that we do get one. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's simulation. And then join me for the next one, whoever that may be. I'm not even too sure who it is off the top of my head. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links are in the description below. Keep the blue flag flying high, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.